Hey, my friend, this is Nestor. And if you want success in life, I've talked a lot about what are the things that you need, right? Like a mindset. You need a certain mindset to be able to get there. You need to be able to know where you're going and draw basically a plan towards it, right? But one of the biggest things that you need if you want massive success in life is that you actually have to start finding mentors, right? Something I talked about before. But it's not only getting mentors and having your goal and reading books. It's about coachability, right? I mean, how coachable are you really? If you're not experiencing the success that you should be experiencing by now, if you've been, doing any kind of planning or any kind of goal setting, and if you have, coaches already or mentors, and you're not really having the success you want, then you really have to start asking yourself, why is that? And excuse me, most likely the reason is because you're not doing what they are asking you to do, right? I mean, a person who's already there, like a mentor, they're mentoring you, and they're mentoring you, right? Because they already, crossed that path. You have to apologize right now, guys. My throat's been, very bad this whole week, and so I'm kind of getting over it, but I still have, a little bit of a bad throat. But getting back into topic, the truth is that sometimes people start complaining about I'm not getting success, I'm not getting this, you told me that, you told me this. But then when you look at them and you're like, are you following every single step that your mentor is teaching you, right? Most likely the answer is no. I mean, that's the honest truth. And the reason I know this is because for many years, in business, I've been, I've had some success, but not to the level that I want to have. And most of the time it's because I'm not following. I started noticing that I wasn't being coachable. I thought I was, but I wasn't. And it was because I wanted to do my own thing. I wanted to do it my own way, right? But now, when with this new company that I'm with, I totally emptied out my cup. I totally emptied it up, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna start doing it, right? I started, basically being not afraid of making mistakes. That's the first one thing I started doing. And then second of all, I say, you know what, I'm just gonna do step by step what my mentor or my mentors tell me to do, right? And that's including books, right? So what I'm trying to do right now is when I read a book, like Think and Grow Rich, or my mentor tells me something, or somebody successful mentions something, I right away start doing it. No matter what, I build a way to put it into my plan, and I'm starting to find that I'm in success. I'm starting to find success now, because success that I've never experienced before, and you just have to start doing it little by little. So if you're not really having success, how coachable are you? I mean, most likely, to be honest, you might not be as coachable as you think you are. Just start thinking of like, do I follow, do I follow directions, right? I mean, because I don't know if you heard this, but to become a great leader, you first have to be a great follower. You have to know how to follow before you know how to lead, right? So that's the whole point about this. How coachable are you? Let me test this out. Let me see how coachable you are. I mean, you might not see me as your coach or your mentor or anything like that, but let's think, for instance, you do look at me like that, okay? So let's give it a test. I want you guys to put a comment, anything you want about coachability, about success, about goals. I just want you to put a comment. I want to see how many people are putting comments underneath this video, and see how coachable you are. Because you're not going to be proving it to me, right? You're going to be proving it to yourself. And even though this is just a small little example, but I want to know how many people out there that are looking at my videos are coachable, So it's not really proving it to myself, it's proving it to you. Because in reality, to be honest, even if you don't decide not to put a comment, or you decide to put a comment, that it's your life, right? It's your life. I'm creating the success already, right? I'm following my coaches. This morning they told me to do something actually, and I did it right away. All right. I mean, so it's actually more beneficial for you, because I could have decided not to follow my coaches, right? And they're still gonna be having the success that they have. But if you want the success that they have, or the success that I have, then you have to follow the instructions that we give you, right? I mean, does that make sense to you guys? I mean, just think about it, right? If you right now you have a coach, let's say you have a running coach because you want to run the marathon like I did back, back when I was in high school. I had to follow what my coaches were telling me. If not, I wouldn't have finished that marathon, because a marathon is a very heavy goal. I mean, it's 26.6 miles, right? So you have to follow a certain regimen of exercise and running and training in order to be able to do it, right? And if I would have been like, yeah, you know what, I can train by myself, I can do it by myself, I wouldn't have made it. I wouldn't have made not even half of the marathon. But I did. But the reason I did is because I followed what my coach told me to do. So now I realize that in business it's the same thing, or in any goal it's the same thing. So prove it to yourself, guys. Put that comment underneath here. It's not even a big deal, right? It's not even a big thing. It's just a comment. It's just to prove yourself that you can follow directions, you can follow some coaching, and from now on start following what whoever your coach is, right? All right, guys. So thank you for joining me on this video, and I hope you have value. And also, if you like it, please share it and like this video, like always, because somebody else out there might need a little bit of a boost, might need to be able to hear this, right? And if we can share this video and somebody gets value out of it, man, then this video did its job, because that's exactly what I want to do. All right, guys. Well, thank you for joining me. I'll see you in the next video. This is Nestor, signing off.